up, guys? It's me, Juan Pablo from 100% Finance at 100%finance.com. Mr. Cashflow, Mr. Passive Income, the People's Mentor. I got what you need to succeed. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. I greatly appreciate your viewership. Topic of discussion for today: one way to do a deal, the 100 PF Quadrant. So what am I talking about? I get questions a lot about, hey Juan Pablo, how do I get started? Or how do I do this deal? How do I analyze it? How do I get the seller to agree to this specific strategy? It could be seller financing, a wholesale deal. How do I set up my contracts? A plethora, an abundance, a cornucopia amount. Cornucopias? One of them Toastmaster words. Shout out to Toastmasters. If you're in the Atlanta area, check me out at Rising Phoenix Toastmasters. Just search it on your meetup.com or your favorite search engine. Besides the point, but I get a lot of people reach out to me about how to get started, right? And I always lead with this, especially to my coaching students. Yes, there are many ways to slice and dice a deal, but I always say it's not my job to teach you one way to do 50 deals. It's actually the reverse. My goal is to teach you at least 50 ways to do one single deal. Why is that? Because every deal is different. Every market is different. And every financial instrument that you have at your disposal is different. You might qualify for hard money, but not for a mortgage. You might have negotiating skills so you can negotiate seller financing. You might not have that skill set yet, right? So you have different tools in your arsenal. But my job is to make sure that you're well equipped so that any deal that falls in your lap, you'll be able to make that money, that moolah, off of it. Because that's what it's all about. You being a transactional engineer. So you might be familiar with that term. If not, allow me to explain. A transactional engineer is a person who actually transacts every single deal that comes their way, depending on how the deal is. They might say, you know what, this would be a perfect deal to wholesale. This deal, on the other hand, will be great for syndication. This deal, this property, on the other hand, will be great for buy and hold strategy or to flip. There's a multitudinous, there we go, that's another Toastmasters word, SAT word for some of you. There's a multitudinous amount of ways of how you can structure your deals, okay? So I just want to preface my speech today by saying that, hey, every deal is different, every market is different, and every financial instrument at your disposal is different. But it's your job to have this, the business acumen, being an engineer to make sure that you transact that deal so that you get that wake up whenever you feel like a money. So you can live the lifestyle that you want to live. You got it? Good. So that brings me to the second point of this discussion, the 100 PF Quadrant. Yes, I created it. So don't be trying to say, oh, he got this from someone else. No, I'm a real estate investor. I got 63 units in my portfolio. Yeah, I'm going to pat myself on the back because ain't nobody else going to do it, right? I'm proud of my accomplishments, and you should too. If you were able to improve your credit or get business capital, if you were able to close just on a single family this year, you should be proud of yourself, right? Glow to yourself. Now is your opportunity to say, you know what, I did do a good job this year, financially speaking. I was able to pull my credit report, I was able to get some negative items off my report, and I'm now able to qualify for that mortgage so I can get started and get passive income in my portfolio. But if you need credit repair or business credit or coaching, we have that for you. Just check the links below for more information, okay? So I'm saying this, my number of units in my portfolio is 63 to establish credibility. So you're not listening to some dude who just makes money off coaching programs or ebooks, all right? I'm an active full-time investor. So active, in fact, I submitted a contract for an 11 unit 2 days ago. And I'm just waiting, because it's the weekend, it's Saturday at the time of this recording, for the seller to return it. And I also have a 9 unit that I'm entertaining in Syracuse, that's a master lease option, and another 9 unit in Pittsburgh. So I'm an active full-time investor, and I'm familiar with multiple ways to make money off real estate, okay? Because I've seen it all, somewhat done it all. Not to gloat, not to brag, not to be arrogant, but to be transparent and let you know that you can be rest assured that you're taking qualified advice from a qualified professional. And you don't believe me? Just check out my website. Check out the About Me page, and I show some of my information to prove my credibility. You see my money team, you seen all that good stuff. Alright, so I'm done selling you on the credibility factor, alright? If you don't believe me, just go kick rocks. It means nothing to me, right? Let's get into it. So I actually created this, the Quadrant, because just to answer those questions, how do I get started in real estate investing? And I always respond by stating or asking, well, my friend, what do you bring to the table? Here's a lesson. Now you're getting good information here, guys, because I normally teach this at my events, but I'm just going to give you a snippet. Not the whole enchilada, but a snippet. You want to learn more, just check the links below. Okay, how to get started. This is the 100 PF Quadrant. You know, let me brand that just in case someone tries to say, oh, snap, nah, this ain't 100 PF Quadrant. Yes, it is. I don't know how to spell quadrant, so I'm just going to put a Q. Alright, so if you have no P stands for paper and no T stands for time, then my friend, you have no deal, right? You have to bring something of value to the table. So if you want to get started on real estate investing and you say, you know what, I don't have any paper. Paper means paper as in cash for down payments, closing costs and so forth, and other costs that's involved with a deal, as well as looking good on paper. So you can qualify for the mortgages and the business credit. Business credit is a tool that I use to help me obtain my 63 unit portfolio. It's capital that you can get for your business that doesn't show up on your personal credit. Okay, as an account. You may receive a hard inquiry, but you can always get those removed. Just check out the links below to learn more and to apply. We have free consultation for all of our services, whether it's coaching, credit repair, or business credit. Just inquire, apply. No upfront fees, so what do you have to lose, right? So if you don't have no paper, let's say you don't have any documented income, you're unemployed, you don't have any tax returns, any W-2, so you can't qualify for a mortgage, you don't have a lot of money in your mattress, you know, you don't have any paper, no money, no cash, no capital, you, my friend, have no paper. Understood? I got it, because you guys are smart, alright? No time, meaning I don't have the know-how, the knowledge, the expertise, the resources, the connections. I don't know any real estate agents. I don't have any partners right now. I don't have the hours, literally, to invest in real estate or the business acumen to structure a deal. So all that's included under time. You got it? So you understand what paper means, you understand what time means. Got it? Good. So if you have no paper and no time, obviously you have no deal. Oh, my timer's going off already. Let me wrap this up. Now, if you have no paper, which many people are in this position starting out, I was the same way. I didn't have the paper, right? I had a horrible, low FICO score. I had a lot of collections on my credit report. I know what it's like to have a bunch of creditors call you and say, hey, where's the cash at? Right? You're late. As always, I need my money. So I understand how it is. But you can dispute those negative items. Like I stated before, we provide credit repair, okay? But I know how it is to have no paper. And I also didn't have the down payment money. But I worked on improving my time. Right here. I worked on improving my time. I would study. I would join, like you're watching me, I would support the artist. If I got some valuable content information for someone who's presenting information on a subject matter that I have no clue about, then I'll say, you know what, let me invest and get this person's ebook. Let me invest and get this person's book. And so forth. So if you guys are interested, just make sure you find a YouTuber or someone that's giving you value and invest in their products, you know, because they're giving you some valuable information for free. And if you feel like, hey, I want to take this to the next level, so I can get that wake up whenever I feel like money and say deuces, peace out to my 9 to 5, then by all means, support that person, support that company so they continue to give you great content, okay? So I did that. So I focused on the time, learning information, reading information, structuring my time so that I had great time management skills, and so forth to the point that I can do deals. And if you're in that position where you have no paper, but you got the time, again, you have the hours, the resources, the connections, and all that good stuff, the know-how, right, the expertise, then you can get started with CL, which is creative financing. That can be wholesaling, lease options. Like I just said, I have a 9-unit I'm entertaining as a master lease option. But I also have a 13-unit in my portfolio, so I technically don't own it, but I control it. And that's a master lease option for a 13-unit apartment building. Yes, it's possible. And with that master lease option, not once did the seller say, hey, I need to see your credit report to verify you for this loan, because there is no loan, right? It's a lease option, master lease option. or neither did the person say, I need a 20% down payment. It's negotiable, but you got to know how to negotiate the deal and know what you're doing, all right? So that's what we offer in our products on our website. Just check the link below. So if you got no money, but you got time, creative financing is the best way for you to get started. Now, if you have paper, you might say, hey, Juan Pablo, I got a nice paying job. I also have a great amount of money in the bank. I have an excellent FICO score. I have tax returns with no losses on them. I have W-2s, documented income, and so forth. Then you got the paper. You got it? And if you got the paper, but you don't have the time, like I invest with people in New York City, right? They're great guys, but they don't have the time or they don't have the desire to learn real estate investing. But they perceive it as a valuable asset. You understand? But they don't want to spend the time or the energy learning this stuff. So they will hire someone like me or you to be the syndicator. And that's where limited partnerships come into play. LP, limited partnership. So in regard to entity formation, whether it's an LLP or LP, that's something that your attorney needs to advise you on. So I'm just putting that disclaimer in there, okay? Because I get people all the time say, well, what's the preferred entity to buy a property in my state in Wisconsin? I don't know. I never invested in Wisconsin. But I know how to find out. I'll reach out to an attorney. And you should do the same. Have a team of qualified professionals. Whether it's business credit, allow us to be your advisor on that front. Whether it's coaching, allow us to be your advisor as well. Okay? And have a multitudinous amount of a board of advisors so that you can make sure you do your deals correctly. So limited partnership would be an ideal way for a person to get started if they fall in the quadrant of got paper but doesn't have the time. Now this is my personal favorite. This is where JP is at. Not to brag, but I'm just so happy, right? Because I started off here and I was able to go here simply because I always worked on improving myself financially speaking, as well as mentally speaking, as well as physically speaking, so I can become a better version of myself. And you should be thinking that way as well, because you can do it. I believe in you. For you taking the initiative to find this video and to watch it, that means you're on your way. Because this is the old adage I love. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So if you perceive me as your mentor, the people's mentor, as I like to call myself, then that means you're ready. So get started. Don't just be a viewer and view all this content, but be a doer as well. And if you found value, make sure you share it with people in your circle, okay? To spread the word. Just don't be stingy and keep all this good info to yourself. Got it? Good. But an all-star, that's what that stands for. An all-star is a person who got the paper and they got the time. I'm financially free and independent. I don't have a job. So yes, I don't have the W-2s, but I do have a personal financial statement that lists all my properties. I do have rent rolls, so mortgage brokers will take that into consideration that, hey, this person is credible. Okay? And I do have a decent FICO score. You can see my other videos to see my 822 FICO score if you want to see what my score is looking like, so I can prove to you that I'm credible, not just in regards to my portfolio, but also my personal credit as well. Because I'm a huge believer in keeping your personal credit looking pretty. That Holly Berry looking credit. So fine, so attractive that banks can't say no because they perceive you as an attractive borrower. So I had all that stuff together, right? But I worked on it diligently. It didn't just come overnight. So don't say, oh, well, Juan Pablo had a rich uncle, or he had an Ivy League education, or he started out. No. I started out broke. I started out poor. I didn't have a positive role model growing up. Never had a father figure. Single parent household. In fact, I take care of my mom. She works for me. I got her job. As well as my sister. As well as my cousin. And about 7 other people. Right? You can have a huge impact on your family and friends and the economy. You have an impact on both a micro level, your circle, family, friends, and colleagues, as well as a macro level by improving the economy by you doing real estate investing. So I want you to get started and do some deals. You can do it. Alright? So I started here and I got to here. So now I'm able to entertain all these options. I can do creative financing. I can do limited partnerships. I can do whatever I want. I can buy and hold myself. It's kind of like, I say all-star, it's like being a quarterback, right? Imagine, if you will, this was a football. Hype, and you're one of those electrifying quarterbacks, right? You get the ball, and based upon what's going on with the market, who's rushing you, right, or your financial instruments, this dude's faster, this coming, you know the defense is coming, you have the control as an all-star, an all-star quarterback. And you get to dish the ball however you want. You can keep it and run with it, a buy and hold strategy. You can quickly dish it off to your running back, shovel pass, that could be a wholesale deal. Or you can run a little bit out the pocket and go down the field and do a syndication so one of your partners can catch it and run with it. Or you can do a master lease option. You can do so many different things. Be that transactional engineer so that every deal that comes in your lap, you know how to make money off of it. Alright, so hopefully this video was beneficial to you. Again, just don't be a viewer, be a doer. I know you can do it. Like, share, subscribe, and check the links below for additional information. So thank you guys for viewing. I greatly appreciate your viewership on Juan Pablo. As always, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Take care. Peace.